Hey guys, so today in this YouTube video, what we're gonna be doing, I'm gonna do a simple idea again. Also, sorry if I still haven't made that community post I've been talking about Google Earth VR videos. Hold on one sec, I get my chair in place. All right. I'll try to remember to make it some weekend. Anyways, the simple topic is gonna be comparing the nature of northern Utah's mountains to southern Utah's mountains. Now, mainly, I guess I'll just talk about the nature. Uh, well, yeah, the nature of it, because it's like by northern Utah's mountains. Sorry, I got to go on this real quick. By northern Utah's mountains, I kind of just am talking about both the Wasatch and the Ochre Mountains. Maybe I will include some of these like Davis and Weber County area mountains, but I don't know much about them. All I know is that they kind of connect to the Wasatch. I don't know much about the Uinta and Daggett County mountains. All I know is that Kings Peak is there, which is the highest point in Utah. And also too, it's a little less crazy like this. Southern Utah's mountains, I don't know what range I'm going to define as it. I know there's kind of some in St. George, but like some can also be considered hills. There's also some by the Cedar City area, so I might try that. I'll also maybe try some of the mountains that go into the Provo and Lehigh areas. Provo, Orem, and Lehigh, etc. areas. Okay, anyways, so since I'm comparing two mountain ranges alone as the north, they're still pretty similar. You can see them in certain areas you live in Salt Lake City. One town I want to specifically go to, you've probably seen me at this. Hold on, I'm not in the right position to see. Okay, the town's right here. It's Alta, Utah. I was up here recently, but just for a bit. And I was on my first video of this game when just exploring and explaining stuff. I was actually up here for a second. Just trying to think. So Alta, Utah. It's a ski resort in Utah, but there's a very tiny town home to just 200 people. Sorry, I said that weird. It's just home to 200 people. So I mainly wanted to go up here because it's the area I best know about the Wasatch Range. And since it's only 200 people, it's pretty untouched by humans. There's still some of this. Yeah, there's actually a lot more internet. There's a satellite dish. There's a little bit more internet than I expected. Because you see, that's kind of like a cabin. I expected it kind of to mostly be cabins. But it's actually kind of a little bit more built in than I thought. Anyways, we're not paying attention to that. We're paying attention to nature. So, the nature up here. Actually, quite a lot of exposed rock. There's trees here. I'm gonna try to make this a teaching geography video, but it's not that. Yeah, and the distance is this is a good reference for that distant image over there. Just rocky trees, bushes, grass, etc. And that's kind of it from a distance. This is like its reflection almost from a distance. And pretty much, especially if you live in Salt Lake City, you can kind of see this image a lot with the mountains just off in the distance. I wonder, where are we on the road in Alta, Utah? I feel like I could recognize this, but I just don't know. Kind of know where the road's going from here. Okay, it's still here. But yeah, it's actually a lot of exposed rock. And really, the word I'm looking for when we get to comparing to southern Utah, it's more green, really. It's just, it varies with the green. There's some light green, some dark green. It really varies with it. And then, of course, the exposed rock. And this is also kind of a distant image. Um, Kind of a good example of these distant images also are the Ochre Mountains. I would say it's more like, but yet again, it kind of depends on your position. Yeah, so pretty much based off where I live in Salt Lake City, I would say most of the Wasatch Range appears like this. Some of the trees actually appear pretty close, but still, this is a decent image. Um, I don't know. The Ochre Mountains, I would say, is a little bit different because, well, yeah, there's less exposed rock, except for the Bingham Canyon mine. But yeah, there's less exposed rock, I would say, on the Ochre Mountains. We'll take a look at them in a second. But yeah, I would say, ooh, with the Wasatch Range, I know I'm comparing the northern Utah ranges, but the Wasatch Range, like, supports more nature, is what I'm trying to look for. I mean, there's more rock exposed, and I feel like, too, I hope I don't get these mountains confused, but it's best to see it in this position. I think this is Mount Timpanogos, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, yeah, it is. And I mainly want to go behind here. I barely know a bit of this area, like Aspen Grove and stuff. But mainly, yeah, it's pretty green here. This is kind of in the town area. I'm mainly trying to look for stuff like flowers. Then we'll move on to the Ochre Mountains. I'm just trying to. I hope there's pictures on these roads. Okay. Yeah. Lots of trees. I feel like there's kind of just lots of flowers in the hiking areas. But yeah, it's really just trees and it's all this darkness. Anyways, to add more of the comparison up here, let's quickly go to the Ochre Mountains, just the other side. Yeah, the pretty much the only, well, you can see some rock exposure, but the only big one is the Bingham Canyon mine right here. Um so okay, kind of northern of it, it would be actually seems a bit snowy on the north. You know what? Since there's gonna be pictures near the Bingham Canyon, I'm just gonna try to. Okay, sweet. There's a picture up here. All right. I think, yeah, that's facing into the Tooele area, I think. So, okay, up here, it's pretty similar. I mean, yeah, now there's snow, but the Wasatch Range also gets snow. Except there's a little less trees from what you can tell. Kind of just brings a different image from than what I pointed out. Instead of exposed rock, I mean, there's some exposed rock, but instead of a huge portion, it's mostly just grass and then, oh, I'm sorry, and then just a few trees. That's basically it. Um, Hold on, we're not gonna really explore the Bingham Canyon, but I wonder if there's pictures not in the Bingham Canyon, but like maybe on the roads by it, considering it'd be like a popular picture place. No, all right. It's kind of cool how the rocks kind of spread out from it. Okay, I do know at the tips of some mountains there are. Hold on. There are some pictures. Say we're up here. Yeah, it's like rocky but small rocks. So yeah. Okay, then there's dandelions and like these clumps. That was kind of what I was trying to look for in the Wasatch Range, except the flowers are more colorful. Like some appear purple as well. I don't know if this is the Salt Lake City area we're looking at. I guess it must be if we see the mountains like this. Um, I don't know. The Tooele area is kind of similar. Um, oh no, this is the Salt Lake City area. That's the Tooele area. Okay. Yeah, that's the Bingham Canyon, but we're not gonna focus on that. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of the flowers as I was talking about. So it's really just a lot more green in northern Utah's mountains. Yeah, just way more green. And also too with the green. I mean, there's a lot of trees. I mean, the Wasatch Range is the best example of the trees, but then and there's the pretty green grass, but there's some rock exposure. But just to not get distracted too much, let's go south. I really don't know where to start down here. I'm just gonna go by Cedar City. I don't know. I've only really drove through there to go to my grandparents in St. George. Um, okay, so this time, from what you can tell, well, yeah, there's less of the green grass, and I know this is not meant to be with like every mountain because southern Utah still has grassy mountains, but like this is just much less grassy. The mountains are shorter, and that's basically throughout all southern Utah. I kind of just, yeah, they have a variety of the red rock. The trees are a bit smaller, actually pretty smaller, and it's just, yeah, it's pretty much less green. Some mountains don't really get too tall, but some get kind of tall. Um, yeah, and then this is kind of the so-called image, like basically there's that so-called image I described earlier with the Wasatch Range. This is kind of it for southern Utah. Um, really just shorter trees and much more rock exposures is one rock exposure. I guess much shorter and less green trees. Well, it's like they're still green, but I guess the shine is gone. What I'm trying to say, like dark green trees in northern Utah, and then the light green ones. Well, not just in northern Utah, but the way they appear on the mountains are like just vibrant in their color. But this isn't so much, and there's more sand. But yeah, basically more rock exposure, less vibrant and shorter trees. It's more sandy. That's kind of more the image for southern Utah mountains. Now this kind of continues through a lot. You can kind of tell it gets more green up here, but there's still kind of the shorter trees. And pretty much what I'm trying to get to is that this is throughout most of the mountains in southern Utah that have the smaller trees. Ooh, what we just saw ahead? Kind of want to go here. I hope there's mountain images here. It's pretty beautiful. Yeah, just I feel like the sun shining just I know this is not the sun shining, but it's just it appears so much better, honestly. I hope there's an image on images anywhere. Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, red rock now, and it's not even like those red rock formations for Utah's national parks. It's actually red rock. Actually, kind of the same amount of trees as northern Utah. I think it's just this is a different area that's like you don't really see as much in southern Utah, but it's actually kind of as green as northern Utah. But yet again, you can kind of see a little less vibrant. Oh, this is so beautiful. I wonder if are we in national park borders? I mean, I don't know what national park this would be for, but okay, it just says Iron County. I don't know. There's no national parks in Iron County. It should be a national park. It's so beautiful. Sorry, let's get back to there. Trying to do the fly slower. Okay. Okay, so the same is it the same image? Yeah, okay, it is. So yeah, it's actually kind of a similar amount of trees, but then you can kind of see there's these green areas that shine and the green areas that don't really shine throughout. And then this is kind of how you would see most southern Utah mountains, but it's based off of just, I guess, stereotypes. But they would take the stereotypes from like a national park, but you realize not all of this is national park space. Well, none of this is because we're in Iron County and there's no national parks in Iron County. This should be a national park. Looks a bit like Zion. Zion is a good example. Maybe I should go to Zion in this video, of course. I mean, I went there last year's March. Okay, so there's actually quite a lot of trees covering the red rock. That's kind of also what you see in southern Utah. Just a lot of the trees cover the red rock, but also the unique rock colors. Uh, since that was kind of just a little bad of an example, because it would just be more the stereotypes mountains. Let's just see what another random. Would this be okay? And it also still kind of the red rock stuff continues. I'm just trying to think of the area. You know what? let's go not too far south, but let's go into St. George from where we just were at Cedar City. I'm just trying to see if anything was similar from when I was at my grandparents'. I don't know where my grandparents exactly live, and I'm not gonna give that out. But I'm just trying to see because I feel like there was one specific. I mean, this over here kind of seems familiar. Whoops, wasn't doing the fly slower. Oh God, come on. Yes. Okay. Good. This is an example. I drove in one of these when I was on a trip there. So yeah, pretty much dusty sand just blowing in your face on drives. So this is actually pretty similar to what we just saw. I think there's definitely a little less of the red rock, but so like yeah, let's get a bit higher. Yeah, okay, this is a different photo location and a bit better. So yeah, there's like the shorter trees and a little less of them, and the greens a little less vibrant. And then there's more of the exposed rock up there. So yeah. I know I haven't done much. I mean, I'll still continue this video, but surely by now the information should like put an image in your head like of the distinction between the two. Okay. We're driving up against to what we saw. It's beautiful. Yeah, and there's just that giant red rock. It's actually pretty common to see some of those in southern Utah. So some of the stereotypes are true. I don't know why I consider them stereotypes, but still. Okay, so this is kind of comparable to the Wasatch Range, but I just feel like less taller and less of that image we saw in the Wasatch Range, where it's like a mix of stone and trees just within one scrambled thing, if that makes sense. You know what I'm talking about. We saw earlier. Still a great view from up here. Yeah, and really too, the exposed rock areas can sometimes be as small as this. It's really though a lot of trees. Whoops, wrong thing. Wonder, yeah, this can turn me. I still like to turn manually with my chair, but I mean I kind of don't. Yeah, and they're kind of just pine trees. I mean, I don't observe that closely with these. So we were just up here. Um, oh, come on. Come on. Come back, image. Wonder what, are these trees just taller? Oh, and that image will come back. Please. Okay, whatever. Wonder what this area is. Hopefully there's a picture here. Whoops. Don't want to change this one. Sorry, I'm not really getting much up here. There's kind of the vibrant green down here. Hold on really quick before there's some of the vibrant greens down here. So I guess there's some similar image, but not too many. The heck is this? Is this the platform, the camera? Okay. Okay, yeah. So there's actually vibrant green, pretty much. I just say though, in the vibrant green, there's like a little less trees. So I guess the northern Utah image is kind of a little bit back in your head, but it's like, but yet again, looking up this, it's like, I don't know, it still feels a bit like southern Utah if you would just randomly be planted here and just looked at it. Um, don't know. I just one area that felt pretty familiar. Trying to get a little look for it. It's probably not nearby. I think this place kind of feels a bit familiar. These aren't really mountains, but you can kind of see a similar vibe in them anyways. Okay, wait, Moab County, Arizona. I forgot how close St. George is to the Arizona border. So yeah, we gotta get out of there. This looks cool. It's just like in Monument Valley. Not really any photos. Are we in a national park? Is this? Yeah, I knew we went into Zion. I didn't realize how close St. George was to Zion. I mean, I go there to visit my grandparents. Wait, sorry. I know I'm getting distracted. Alright, well, I'm gonna end the video here. So, thanks for watching, and goodbye.